to Kush News, the newscast of the African diaspora. I'm your anchor, Ochanda, daily bringing you the top stories from Africa and the Caribbean. Let's take a look at today's news on Thursday, May 16th, 2024. Let's go to South Africa, where they are challenging Israel once again. South Africa is requesting the International Court of Justice to order Israel to stop its military offensive in Rafah, in the southern part of Gaza. It's presenting its case at a two-day hearing at the ICJ in The Hague. Israel is to deliver its response at the same court on Friday. South Africa is also seeking to force Israel to allow unimpeded access to Gaza for aid workers, journalists, and investigators.
Mr. President, distinguished members of the court, it is my honor to deliver to your excellencies the final provisional measures that South Africa requests from this court. The exponential gravity of the situation in Gaza has already demanded that South Africa return to this court on 4 consecutive occasions, calling for provisional measures to stop the destruction of Gaza on a scale not witnessed since World War II. And epitomized by the most unbearable human suffering. Willfully ignoring the previous provisional measures, Israel is acting with complete impunity in Gaza, escalating hostilities in a final wave of apolitic destruction from which there is no return. There is a danger which stems from a form of amnesia and denial by former colonial powers in relation to the crimes associated with colonial violence perpetrated against indigenous peoples. This includes the denial of genocide. This denial is clearly at play in Palestine. Israel is a settler colonial apartheid regime, and the current government is now being accused of engaging in genocide. This accusation is not being leveled at any people based on their ethnicity, nationality, or confessional preference. Rather, it is being leveled at those political and military leaders who have dehumanized the Palestinian people through genocidal rhetoric as human animals, encouraging their killing and destruction. It is leveled against a state whose leaders are openly calling for a second Nakba, shielded by international impunity, which has enabled the perpetuation of decades of generational violence and systematic oppression against the Palestinian people to maintain the domination and the expansion of the settler colonial state.
The court is already considering a case brought by South Africa back in January, accusing Israel of committing genocide against Palestinians. Israel rejected the claim. Israel began its attack on Hamas and Rafah 10 days ago, amid warnings from the UN. More than 1 million displaced people have been taking refuge in Rafah, and nearly 600,000 have fled from there since the start of the operation. South Africa's application to the court accuses Israel of carrying out a genocidal operation in Rafah and says that it must be ordered to stop. Israel says its offensive in Rafah is necessary in order to destroy the last remaining Hamas battalions which are based there, and to rescue the 130 remaining Israeli hostages. The ICJ is not expected to deliver a ruling on the genocide case for several years. This latest application is the third which South Africa has filed against Israel. Israel began its offensive in Gaza after gunmen from Hamas launched an attack on Israel back on October 7th of 2023. According to official reports, more than 35,000 people have been killed in just this war alone. Those in South Africa, let us know your thoughts. Let us know on if you feel that this is going to do anything to stop the operation in Rafah. Let's go to Kenya, where Museveni is on a state visit. Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni arrived in the Kenyan capital of Nairobi on Wednesday for a 3-day state visit. Museveni, who was greeted by Kenyan Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, is scheduled to engage in bilateral discussions with the Kenyan president, Dr. William Ruto. The visit follows joint meetings between the two countries, during which 7 memorandum of understandings were signed in the areas of public service, management, education, and other areas.
Sabine, Mr. Mo used to like to go to Sabine very much because he knew why he was going there. Because the Sabine, wanasema Takwenya, Suba Takwenya, they are the Kalenjin of Uganda, the Karamojong, and the Turkanas who are stealing cows. It's part of the Undugu steal from one another, but they speak the same language. All these Africans, the Ruos, these Ruos of Kisumu, they come from South Sudan through northern Uganda. Jaramogi. If you go to Amur district, you will find the Ramogi clan there, the one of His Excellency Raila Odinga. They are there. Then my group, when I go to Kisii, I find children there, they call Kwambuka. Kwambuka, what is Kwambuka here? Kwambuka is exactly what it means in my language. The other day I saw a boy who came with Her Excellency, the Chargé d'Affaires, from Giriama, imagine Giriama, near the ocean. The boy is called Karisa. I said, what is Karisa in your language? It means exactly what it means in my language. So, these people, we are begging, please, you people, work for your prosperity. Work for your strategic security by uniting economically and politically. They are the same people. So how can you fail to use this infrastructure created by God for you, free of charge, and you don't use it for the benefit of these people? And moreover,
those in Kenya, let us know on if you got a chance to see the Ugandan head of state, Mr. M7. Let us know on if you got to watch any of his speeches on TV. When we come back, we'll have today's African proverb of the day. Don't go anywhere.
New release of the Spring Summer Collection. Visit www.mckadero.com.
Welcome back. Let's take a look at today's African proverb of the day. It comes to us from Ghana. What's going on, Ghana? So you guys just recently christened Stevie Wonder with citizenship. Congratulations. And it reads, the goat says, where there is blood, there is plenty of food. Once again, the goat says, where there is blood, there is plenty of food. Oh, Ghanaian proverb. Yeah. What this is talking about is to watch out for signs. Usually there's signs. Way too often. Maybe it's because of the algorithm that I have for my YouTube channel. I'm seeing way too many complain about, I married or I had a child with the wrong type of woman.
Nobody will ever convince me about love.
Hata saa hii niliuza mifugo nilikuwa naye, ng'ombe, mbuzi, saa hii hakuna kitu chochote kwa sababu masi kwa sababu masi nilipenda sana.
And I don't believe in relationship anymore. Fine.
And there were usually signs. And vice versa. Ladies, I married the wrong type of guy, or I had a baby with the wrong type of guy. There's usually signs. Pick up on those signs. There are signs with everything. Let me know your interpretation of today's African proverb of the day, as well as your thoughts, views, questions, comments, and concerns on the top stories. Don't forget to hit that like button. Make it your best friend. For Kush News on Kush Convos TV, I'm Ochanda. We'll see you soon.